What is up, scent heads, smell beast, and frag freaks? It's your boy. My name is Mega Dave, and today things are getting a little sweet. That's coming up next, and this is Oh So Fraiche.
I'm raw, uncut, lead the pack, I'm where you're from. Whatever the streets never know. When you look down south.
Yo, what is good, Fresh fam? For everybody returning, I want to say thank you so much for being a freshie. It really means a lot. And if this is your first time here, welcome. As I said before, my name is Mega Dave, and this is my channel, Oh So Fraiche, and I do reviews on fragrances that I absolutely love. And I hope that you love them too. If you do, give me 2 huge fresh thumbs up. That lets me know that you enjoy the content. Also, think about subscribing and hit me decent right there in the old bellin. That lets you know when I'm uploading new content, because who knows, it could be your favorite fragrance that I review next. Today, we're getting into a list for more for like the females, but one that people have asked me for a lot. If anybody knows Dua and knows Mahsam Raza over there, he has some affinity for gourmands, and I wanted to do what I thought would be the best of the best from Dua currently that we have, and he has a ton of them, and I couldn't just do 10. I was going to do some honorable mentions. I said, screw it. Let's do a top 15. This is the best of the best, at least to me. This is all controversial. Like some people like chocolate more, like sweet more, like citrus, like whatever, but this is the 15 that I think of when I think of gourmands, the ones that smell best to this nose right here. So let's get right into it. All right, now first things for me, because there are some that maybe aren't classified technically as a gourmand, has to be some type of sweet, sultry, rich, deep, chocolatey, spice. It's like there's certain categories, and when you smell it, you'll think of some type of sweetness, like some type of sweet. I'm not meaning the actual sense of sweet, but like a dessert type of thing. So just get that through your head. Let's get on to it. First one I got in the list is the Dua Original. Been around for a hot freaking minute. It actually not bad. If you know me, I'm not a huge fan of chocolate in real life or the smell of it, but this one actually is pretty divine. It's rich, it's thick, just like me, and it's one that a lot of people are gonna like. You probably know what it is. Belgian Choco Truffle. Now, I do have an older bottle of this. Like I said, this baby has been around for a long time. Actually, very, very sexy. If you like chocolate, that's what this is. It smells exactly like that. Belgian chocolate inside of a bottle. Spray it if that's your thing. It's super sexy. It smells fantastic on women. I don't actually personally wear this because, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of chocolate, but this does smell fantastic. Said that word quite a few times already. For a chocolate fragrance, that's what this is. If you have not smelled this, I definitely would recommend getting it, especially if you're a chocolate lover. That's probably most women out there. So Belgian Chocolate Truffle, number 15. All right, and I'm gonna put these in order now. Put them however you like. Like I almost didn't put them in order, but I know you guys like roast me if I don't put them in a top 10, top 15, whatever. So that's what I'm doing here, okay? But just take it in stride, and that's what I could do when I was picking the actual fragrances out. So we're just gonna keep moving along with it. Number 14, also another Dua Original. Mahsam kills gourmands, and I mean absolutely kills them. This one, Honey Havan. This baby here actually should be a lot higher. Now, I'm not a huge fan of certain types of honey, but this one actually is pretty phenomenal. It's sweet honey. It's got this tobacco note to it. No, it's not Naxos, okay? But it does have similarities in it. But this is its own monster and a gourmand monster at that, and actually does it extremely well. It's spicy, it's warm, has a whole bunch of stuff, and I got an old bottle of this one too, but this is the newer one that came out. Absolutely incredible. For gourmand fans, you have to love honey, but it's not that type of honey. It's not a super sickly sweet type of honey, not like bee from Zoologist or anything like that. It's kind of a sweeter gourmand take on it, so a little bit more of a bakery type of honey. If you're into that, this one is absolutely incredible. It's an original, so Honey Havan. All right, number 13. This one, a little controversial, but it is fantastic. A lot of people says it has this peanut butter type smell to it. Hearing that, you probably know what it is. It's an amazing fragrance nonetheless. I will shift this into gourmand, and I think a lot of people do. Black Widow. I know that 100 ml, actually a gorgeous gradient bottle. But some people, and I kind of could somewhat agree that it has like a peanut butter type scent to it. That's going to lean you towards gourmand, and that's kind of why I put it in here. This is based off of Kilian's Black Phantom. You already know, it's a monster by itself, super popular. Boozy, chocolatey, coffee, peanut butter, maybe. So it's a lot going on, actually lasts a long time. It is very polarizing. Some people absolutely love it. Some people hate it. So whatever side of the fence you are, I definitely think if you like Black Phantom, you're gonna love this. The bottle looks gorgeous as well. Just one that I put in here. Technically not a gourmand, but it is. Black Widow. All right, coming up number 12, one that definitely is a gourmand. No dispute about it. Should be ranked a lot higher. There's a bunch of monsters in this list. So seeing this one at just number 12 should tell you how many good gourmands are in Dua, especially the originals that he does. I think they're incredible. But this one here, based off of Casamarati's Italiano, very, very sexy caramel fragrance, has this toffee, milky accord to it. It's lactonic. It's very, very nice. It lasts a very good amount of time, as most Duas do. And this one, like I said, especially for men can pull this off a lot easier than some of the other ones on this list. And you guys let me know down in the comments also if you want a totally men's list, gourmand type of thing. But this is geared around ladies, I guess, but anybody could wear the fragrances. Some are more heavily swayed towards the female variety. But this one, I know a ton of men love this. Xerjoff's, Casamarati, whatever, Italica. Very good fragrance. This one, very great fragrance. Adds a little bit more of depth and dynamic, I think, to it. Adds a little bit more of longevity to it than the original had, in my opinion. Has some small differences from the OG, but the almond musk dry down, the caramel, toffee, milky accord is just fantastic. One that I think a ton of people are going to love or already do love. But if you've not tried it and you're into caramel fragrances, this one, absolutely incredible. Italiano. Number 11, another gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. This one actually was a toss-up between this one or Vanilla Lemon Gelato, aka Giamato Gelato. I chose this one. It does have a little bit of tweaks to it that I think maybe just out-edge it by just a bit. It's a fantastic fragrance, one that is already in some hybrids, some tribrids. This one by itself, though, I think is an epitome of gourmand fragrances. Dolce Vita. As you can see, hurting from this squirting. This is Profum and Aromas Dulces in Fundo. It's a citrus creamsicle type of fragrance. Huge citrus overload, but it's creamy, slight powdery, not as powdery as Vanilla Lemon Gelato. So either one of those could have took the place of this. Like that can go here, this can go there, or off of the list, whatever. But very, very good gourmand fragrance. Actually has some decent power. Lasts about 8 hours. One that, like I said, has already been put into the tribrids. It's 22 Shades of Dolce Vita was another one that could have made it here as well. But I wanted to put the OG in here, the one that created it, because I do think as a base by itself, as our gourmand fragrance, that's what this does extremely well. It is one that if you like citrus, creamsicle type of vibe, this one's going to get it done. Dolce Vita. All right, getting into number 10. This one probably shouldn't be on here, kind of showing off a little bit. But for ones that have been around for a little while in Dua, this thing is incredible. I'm just kind of teasing with this thing. I have no idea if this is ever going to come back, but is one that when I smell it, like it's gourmand to its core. So I had to let some people experience. Now, this may put you down a rabbit hole trying to chase it. Do not blame me if you can't find it. I have it. It's a phenomenal fragrance. This one, a Dua Christmas. Like I said, you have to have been around for a little bit to get this. Very limited. Fantastic. I pray to God that this comes back because it is phenomenal. So when you think of Dua Christmas, or when you think of Christmas whatsoever, you get all those aromas in the air, the gingerbread cookie, the spices that are floating around. You know what I'm talking about when you get all that glorious stuff, the cranberry sweetness that's mixed in there, cinnamon, like all of that put into this bottle, nutmeg, everything. It's glorious. It's a fantastic fragrance. Like I said, don't go chasing down the rabbit hole. I don't know if you're going to be able to find it. If you get lucky, fantastic. But you see, I don't got a ton left. Very sparingly. Actually, a gourmand that I absolutely enjoy. So I do hope maybe Mahsam, if you see this, bring it back, baby. They're going to want it, okay? Again, number 10, Dua Christmas. All right, coming in, number 9. Another citrus vanilla type of fragrance, but smells different than Dolce Vita, but has some similarities. This is a citrus overload. And surprise, another Dua original, tartness of vanilla. This one, again, citrus bomb up front, creamy vanilla. Like I said, it sounds similar to Dolce Vita, but if you smell them side by side, you'll understand why they're not the same. This one, not quite as bright, but still a fantastic citrus creamsicle-ish type of vibe. But the dry down is kind of where things take a turn and it changes completely, where this one kind of almost goes chocolatey, a little bit more warm. Dolce Vita stays a little bit more bright and a little bit more fun. This one here on the list, I wish it lasted just a bit longer. This is about 7 hours on me or so, but he did a fantastic job on this thing nonetheless. Still very respectable for the fragrance itself. That's why it's so high. Tartness of vanilla, fantastic. All right, coming into number 8, an extremely long name with a whole bunch of them mixed in together. And actually some are actually on the list up higher, but this one came out. It has so many good elements to it that I had to include it. I was trying to find one where I didn't put the OG of this, and you'll know what I mean because I've had Drowning Vanilla too many times. It absolutely deserves to be here, but I tried to put a little bit of variety, and that's what this is going to add. Like I said, super long name. Drowning in Caramel Cherry Delight. I know he's getting ridiculous with some of these, but I know you need to know what's inside of them, whatever, but it's super sexy, okay? It's cherry cheesecake is what it smells like to me. Drowning in vanilla, like I said, honestly needs to be here. I put some vanilla fragrances ahead of it. I do think that it's better than, maybe, but it's in so many lists. I didn't want to include it again, but if you've never smelled the original Drowning in Vanilla, which is based off of Nishane Ani, smell that. But this one here adds all these fantastic elements together into a phenomenal mukbang of fantastic, super sexy, delicious scents. This is a tribrid, Nishane's Ani, Lyra from Casamarati, and Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, all put together. So you kind of get the best of it. Get that creamy citrus pop with the vanilla, which you're going to find in a cheesecake. You're going to get that caramel, fantastic, warm, sexy, sensual, sweet caramel that's there. Then you're going to get that boozy cherry that's kind of drizzled over the top of it, very thick without being overly sickly sweet. I know Tom Ford's Lost Cherry can come off a little bit sick to some people, but this is balanced out, I think, very nice. So you get what smells like, to me, cherry caramel cheesecake put into a bottle. Actually really good. Haven't reviewed this thing. Ladies, I would definitely say this needs to be in your list. If you like cherry, cheesecake, any of that, definitely one that you should pick up. Not saying the name again. You see it. Drowning in Caramel Cherry over the hill.
We got shorties on the floor. We got niggas by the bar. We got just dropping they battle. Keep popping them bottles. We got 'em. Yeah, we got 'em.